Hey there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you my latest layout for the Hey Little Magpie DT. I'm using Jen Hadfield Peaceful Heart. As you can tell, I've already cut into some of these papers for a previous layout, and I'm having another look through, seeing the ones that I would like to use with this photograph. So the paper that I'm possibly using there is the Let's Go Peaceful Heart paper. And I am just going through all the ephemera. Obviously the packs were already opened, picking out ones that colours that complement the photograph. And the photo is of my daughter giving my son's dog a bit of a snuggle. I just thought the soft colours of this range really suited the softness of the photo and of the contents of the photo, wanted just like a soft feel. So I'm just going through looking at what else goes colour-wise. These are the phrase thickers that I'm cutting off with the background intact so that I can just move them around should I use them. If not, I can slip them back in the packet. And then I'm going to have a look at the stickers and do the same with these. There's still some of this range in the shop if you haven't already purchased it yet. It's really nice to use, and I'm really pleased with the colours. I think I must have missed it the first time it was there, but I know I'm really glad I've got my hands on it. So I've moved some things aside, so I'm actually doing this video while I'm away at a retreat, so I haven't got too much space in front of me. So all the bits and pieces on the 12 by 12 are things that are potentially going to be used. Obviously not all of them, there's a huge mound there. So I'm now going to literally do like a second look through, looking at the colours and seeing what shapes or what words are on things to see what would go with this photograph. In fact, there's a lot of natural images that go with this range. So there's flowers and butterflies and the sun and like a piece of like cut wood there, like a log, and lots of leaves. So I think all these nice natural things will go very well with this picture. In my mind, I'd like the embellishments to go horizontally. And I'm now thinking that I'm going to trim the 12 by 12 paper and have that white cardstock on the right like it's shown. Well, that's the idea at this stage. Obviously there's too many pieces there that I'm looking at, so I'm going to start to see which ones I like the feel of and then reduce the rest out. I don't know about you, sometimes I feel that I get a bit overwhelmed, so if I can reduce down the amount that's in front of me, that will actually help me scrap the layout. I know I've got plenty there of things that will work with this photograph. It's just making another cull really. So what I decided to do is change tact. So I've cut down the 12 by 12 paper, popping it over the top of the white cardstock when I've got it to quite the length that I wanted it. And I'm keeping the manufacturer's strip on, as you could see there, because that's a really nice neutral shade. I thought that works really well. And I'm going to add some mixed media, just using the packaging technique and a distress oxide, just to go with the horizontal line. So mainly I'm keeping it where I'm going to have the embellishments. So I've just used the packaging technique, and then I've just splattered a little bit more over the top. And if it's not quite in the right places, I've just got in there with the brush to add a little bit more. So I'm just making sure that I'm not covering it all up when I add the paper back in, but no, I'm quite happy with the way that is on the edge. So I've just waited for that to dry, and I've stuck down the paper over the top, and I've actually ran down those stripes on the neutral manufacturer strip with a sewing machine. You can barely see it, but actually in the close-ups hopefully you'll be able to see that more. So I'm now thinking a little bit more seriously about the embellishments, and I'm roughing them up a little bit with this distresser from Prima. It's very old, don't think they make it anymore. It looks like a foot scrubber to me, but it works really well on paper, and I'm just looking how I want things to work. My only negative, if it's a negative with this range, is that on the die cuts I find there's a bit too much white around the shapes. I don't know whether you have this or whether I'm just being a little bit particular, and you'll see me trimming them there around these leaves. I prefer there to be just that little bit less. I don't mind the white edge, but it's quite chunky on these, so that's my choice, and so I trim them down. So I'm looking to actually run this straight across the page with the embellishments, and I'm hanging them off either side so that it's continuous, and just adding some flowers in, and I've trimmed a few more just to get the edges off. So I've reduced the amount of colours there that are going to be added. So you've got the mustardy yellow, and there's like a peachy, and then you've got the pink and the mauve. I think that's plenty against the neutrals, but as that's about the same colour as the dog. Now I have to say this dog has made its way into all of our hearts, particularly during he's a COVID dog, so he's only 2 years old now, and yes, I've never had a dog before. He's not officially my dog, but we all absolutely adore him, and he features in a lot of my photographs, sometimes even more than the children. So he's the new star of my layouts. Anyway, I've pulled out some embroidery cottons in shades similar to the embellishments, and off camera I actually do a little bit of sewing on the rainbow, and there's some French knots on one of the flowers. There's some stitching on the sun on the right, and then around a couple of the centres of some of the flowers, just to add a little bit of texture. It's not very noticeable. I'm hoping you'll see it in the close-ups, but in real life it does catch your eye. And I just wanted it to be subtle. Everything about this layout I wanted to be quite subtle, really. So it all just draws you in to the photo. These gold puffy stickers are beautiful. I've added some of the flowers. And now these are the Peaceful Heart heart brads. And I'm going to get 2 or 3 of those on as well. Just as I say, a little bit of more texture just to finish this layout off. I'm really pleased with the way it's come together now. As I did feel like I was struggling a little bit earlier on. So here's the full image and some of the close-ups too. See if you can spot the stitching. And I hope you like this layout and would like to see more on this channel. Do subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you here soon. Bye for now.